Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. We are back here in Mediceld with Gandalf to find out what he needs me to do now.
All the people of Rohan will need to stand if the kingdom is to survive.
I suppose that's true. All right, what do they need to do to survive?
The time has come for Theoden to step beyond the confines of his hall.
It is time for him to step out of the hall and look out into his city. Speak with the king and see if he's willing to do so. All right, let's see if the king's willing to step out and look outside.
I am ready to look out upon my city with unclouded eyes.
I'm ready to look out upon my city, free from the shroud of Grimm's whispers. Will you walk with me as well? Right, I shall do so.
Theoden King has stepped beyond his hall to look upon the kingdom. What will he see, I wonder? And will it move him to strike down the evils arrayed against his people?
I guess we will find out in time. What do you say, Gleowinner? Theoden King has gone ahead with Gandalf Pineleaf. Do you think he has forgiven us? I know in my heart we return from the good of the kingdom, but in a serious crime to disobey the word of a king. My heart's aflutter, my friend. Your heart's aflutter.
We returned in time, but should we have returned at all?
Of course we should have returned. Why not? What do you say about this horn? Glewinna still believes we will be punished, but my mind is not troubled. We return to Theoden at the right moment for forgiveness. Was Gandalf not sent away with equal force? And yet now he has the ear of the king and speaks wisdom to him. We return without the insight of the wizard, but we bring something valuable all the same. Warning of Saruman's reach and power. That warning, too, has value to the king, and when he chooses his course, he will wait what we have to say alongside the words of his advisors. Guess you have a point there?
We returned with time enough to protect the king. That is what matters now.
I suppose that's what matters. And what do you say, Aragorn? Now we will hear the commands of Theoden and learn if we have truly come to him in time. Rohan stands at a crossroads, and it is up to our king to choose the correct course. We will help him choose right, to the sorrow of Saruman. It is not magic that Gandalf uses to cure Theoden the hurts of Saruman and his agents Grima wrought. No, our wise friend seeks to cure Theoden with words. Words of friendship and hope. Already I see it working.
I place my trust in Gandalf. He has never failed that trust.
Apparently, she's changed her outfit. Now, let's go and see what Gandalf has to say. The air is fresh and clean, Pineleaf, and the tall grass sways in the breeze. Good thing you did come out yesterday when it was raining. Yes, from here we can look out over the fields of Rohan. See how the sunlight dances upon the distant river. It has been some days since Theoden beheld his own lands, I warrant. Grimm gave him report of them, but always in such a way as to advance his own ends, and those of Saruman, his master.
You speak of a secret hope, Gandalf, but my heart is heavy. Alas for Boromir of Gondor! Alas for my own son, Theodred! The young and strong perish, while the old linger on. It is a cruel turn.
Your strength is not gone, my friend. It lacks only your sword to return in full force.
Ah, where is Herogrim? Grima took it to keep it safe. Where might he have stowed it?
Take this blade, my lord. It was always yours to command.
Arise, riders of Theoden.
Arise!
We must stamp out the threat of Saruman. Hama, bring Grima before me. It is time he redeemed his treachery.
Aye, my lord.
Oh, there he is.
But you, my guests, deserve the hospitality of my house. I have been a poor host.
No, Theoden King. The men of Rohan must ride today, and we will ride with them.
Yes! You will be welcome, Aragorn, as will your friends.
Be not overconfident, Theoden King. Isengard is strong, and other perils there are also. After we have gone, you must not delay. Lead the rest of your people to the hold of Dunharrow.
My people will go to Dunharrow, but I will not bring them there. I will ride to war, to fall in the front of the battle, if that is the need.
The Lord of the Mark will ride.
He shall ride!
Who then will lead your people to safety?
I will think on that before I go. Here comes my counselor.
My lord, you should come in from the hot sun. Your meat is nearly ready. Can others not deal with these troublesome guests? Let Grima send them away.
No, Grima. I will ride to war as I should have done long ago, and you will ride with me.
Aha! Well, should we allow him to ride with us? Grima's eyes dart back and forth like from face to face, sizing up the assemblage. My lord, can you not see what this wizard and his ragged band seek to achieve? They do not care for your health or for your safety, and seek to lead you into danger. Yes, your death would grieve them little, but there are those close to you who would mourn even the smallest hurt to your person. Listen to Grima and come back inside. Abandon the madness these cruel ones have instilled in your mind. Let me send them away. Speak not of war. That is a young man's endeavor, and you have ruled the mark for many seasons. Will you not listen to your faithful Grima? Send me not away.
But I do not send you away, Grima. I ask you to ride at my side and thereby prove your faith. Will you do this?
And he looks at everyone saying, can I get away from here?
A lord of the House of Eowl may have the stomach for war, but I am only a humble servant. Let me stay behind, a faithful steward to keep your hall until your return.
Yeah, let him keep the hall and everything in it. What do you say about this, Eomer? Do you hear how desperately he wishes to be relieved of the charge? If that plea does not excuse Grima for war, I can think of no other that will. I would not trust him to carry a sack of grain into the mountains, for fear he would steal either the sack or its contents, whichever he thought he would desire more. My uncle's no fool. He will not humor this request. Well, what do you say, Worm? Oh, he even hisses like a snake. Do not disturb my lord more than you have already. He is weary and needs his rest. Only when you and your irksome friends leave this land will he once again be at peace. Yeah. Well, what do you say about that, Gandalf? Enough! Grima succeeds again, if not at his truest goal, then still at one valuable to his master. For Saruman's his master, and every hour we delay plays into his hands. We can spare no more time on this.
He is not a man, but a snake. You cannot bring it safely along, nor can you leave it behind. Give him a horse, and judge him by the choice he makes, whether to ally with you or with Saruman, his master.
He's looking again. Ah!
No, do not harm him. My mercy is now ended. If I see him again, it will not go well with Grima. I go forth to battle. It is like to be my last riding, and Theodred, my heir, is slain. Who shall I leave behind to rule in my stead? Is there no man? In whom do my people trust?
We trust in the house of Earl.
But Eomer is the last of that house, and I need his sword arm. He cannot be spared.
I did not name Eomer, nor is he the last. There is his sister Eowyn also, fearless and true of heart. All love her. Let her lead the Erlingus while we are gone.
You speak wisdom, Hammer. So it shall be. Eowyn will rule the people in my stead and lead them to Dunharrow and safety. I ask that you and your friends help her with this burden.
Of course. Of course we get to do that. I suppose technically I'm the Thane of Hootbold, so I fall under his command. There's always that little technicality. I have long known there was enough still in this land, and in the king. There is still strength here. Theoden's decision on this day are not a surprise to me, and they should not have been surprising to you either, Pineleaf. Of course not. I will presume that you'll be riding with the king?
There is strength in Theoden, and that strength will flow into his people.
If the king is strong, so will be the kingdom. Gladly will I ride to Isengard with Theoden and his men, there to demand Saruman cast down his staff. Well, I suppose that answers that question. Friends of mine were endangered by the commands of that wizard, and I have a debt to repay on that score. Well, there is that. Well, and what do you say about that, Eomer?
I have been given my freedom, and now I ride to war with my king.
It is a far better day into which I walk than the one that I left. We will show Saruman that Rohan is strong. For too long he has done as he will, but now we will remind him of this land is not his to despoil. My road heads west with the king, but he has asked that you assist Eowyn at Aedoras. I am certain there will be no lack of deeds that will need doing, but if you have an opportunity, perhaps you could see how fares Aldburg in the Eastfold. The town is my home, and it would be a comfort to my mind to know that you have kept an eye on it. There's no hurry, though. Assist Eowyn with her preparations here first, but keep Aldburg in mind while I'm away, if you would. As you wish, Sammer, as you wish. And Gandalf, I presume you're riding with them?
It is good that Theoden takes action to protect his people.
Saruman's greatest ally for these past months has been the inaction of Theoden, sown by the whisperings of Wormtongue. How many orcs have given free passage across the fields of Rohan? Even one would be too many, and it has been much more than a single orc. I do not say that Theoden rides to victory. It is good that he comes forth, but the armies of Saruman are vast, and I do not know if the Rohirrim can meet them on the field. Oh, wonderful. Simply wonderful. And what do you have to say?
For too long have I stayed beneath the roof of my hall.
No more will I delay. I will ride forth to Isengard with my warriors, and we will remind Saruman that the Rohirrim still live. My sister-daughter Eowyn will chafe at my command that she remain behind and make the people ready to leave Vaderus. I know that. But she will carry out my wish. Speak with her outside the Golden Hall, and lend her what aid you may in it. Right. Let's go and assist Eowyn, because, yeah, well, I guess I don't fit into the same size scale as the army does. In Rohan somewhere, there must be a sign that says, "You must be this tall to ride with the king." Hello there, ma'am.
There is no honor in this. Why must I stay behind?
Why must I stay behind while my brother and my uncle ride to war? Do they care more for Rohan than I? No! I would fight as hard for the people of the Mark as any man, and mayhaps with even greater ferocity. Eowyn's eyes blaze with a dangerous fire for a moment, and her fists clench and unclench. I will do as my king commands, Pineleaf. This duty has been given to me, and I will carry it out as best I may, though it is not my desire. None will say that Eowyn betrayed the word of the king. I will protect the people of Vaderus and see them to safety, while the battle rages elsewhere. It may come to us in the end, and if it does, I will be ready. I will need your help in the meantime. Of course we will. Eowyn's displeasure. Oh, great. What a name for a reward.
There are many things to do before the people can leave for Dunharrow.
My uncle's command must be brought to the townsfolk. Wagons must be loaded with provisions, belongings gathered, and there are like to be some naysayers who refuse to follow the king's will. What? Someone refuse to follow an order from the government? I would never have thought. Take this proclamation and read it before the people at several locations throughout the city. Start with the market north of the Meadowseld Steps, and then work down throughout the streets of Vaderus. Word will spread quickly. It has already begun to do so. But the king's command must be brought to the people so the preparations for the departure can be made. Not everyone will be pleased with this, Pineleaf. Be kind if you can, but keep your resolve strong. This must be done. Theoden King has commanded it. Oh, let's find a good place to read a proclamation. There are several people up ahead. Yes, a good place to read the proclamation. The Proclamation of the King. You read the proclamation aloud, and several people nearby begin to mutter darkly. Yes? You have something to say? The Motorhild reluctantly agrees to leave the city. Alright, good. Oh, we hear some muttering here. Yeah? Andwund grumbles, but luckily agrees to leave Aedoras. Alright, well, now, let's head on to the next area. There are several people up here. That may be a good place to read a proclamation. Yes, right into the ears. Maybe I better stand a little bit away from him so I don't break his eardrums. Read orders of the king! Oh? What does this old woman want? Hello?
Do you have the time to spare an old woman, tidings bearer?
I have heard the commands of Theoden King, and I would obey. But it's been many years since Earthwood has felt the bloom of youth, and I do not have the strength I once did. My belongings are bundled into this crate, but I can't carry it down to the hill to the Dunharrow wagon without help. The wagon is to the north of here, if you follow the road. Can you bring my possessions to the wagon north of here? Just follow the road. Ethrith will be in your debt. Now, I do wonder what will be the relative strength of an old woman compared to a hob. Well, I guess it depends on how old she is and how much her original strength is maintained, how strong she was originally, a few things, and certainly hasn't been spending all her time fighting orcs and the like in order to keep her strength up, so yeah, maybe it's fitting. Alright, there you go. Now, let's go and find the third location for it, and we have the milestone right here at the fountain, which should be a nice place. Yes, there you go. Let's read the proclamation. Proclamation of the King. Oh, hello.
Everyone must obey the word of Theoden King.
Yes, and I know everyone who is not going to fight needs to leave for Edoras. But those men over there were laughing, and I heard them insult the name of the king. You're not going to let them escape justice, are you? Everyone has to obey the word of the king. Bit of a tattletale, isn't he? Oh well. Hello there. What do you say about the words of the king?
What gives you the right to order us out of our homes?
Yes, maybe those are the commands of Theoden King, and maybe they're not. Maybe they're the words of Gandalf. Maybe the wizard is working against us, and wants our treasures for himself. Do they not say that trouble follows where he goes? I will teach you a lesson, little child. I will teach you what happens when you do the bidding of a wizard. Now you'll suffer. I wonder what you. No, ha ha. Well, there you go. Anyone else? All right, let's go and find the next place. And another gathering spot. Yeah. Proclamation of the King. More grumbling. Ungrumble. That's what I gotta say. Ungrumble. Alright. And now for you. Ungrumble. After a brief discussion, Colin agrees to leave Edoras. Good. Now that that's done, I can return to Eowyn, where I'll meet you again for the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.